Hi everyone, my name is Sebastian, and in this video I wanted to talk about my process for SEO and how I go about doing keyword optimization and ranking content and writing blog articles and that sort of thing. Um, I have a website that I have set up for myself, which is Skylight Designs, as you can see right here. This is my website that I created for myself. Um, I decided for this recording to use a slightly smaller screen. Like instead of recording my full screen, I'm just going to use a part of the recording section. So I have a portfolio here, and I have services that I offer. Um, I also have a blog, which is really what I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to kind of reverse engineer like how I came up with this article, extending Webflow with Craft CMS. So if I actually look up on Google, extending Webflow. Okay, so Webflow has the first result, but if my article actually appears second, which is really good. So that's for extending Webflow. Maybe there's also another keyword variation called expanding Webflow. Maybe I should have used that instead. But anyway, um, yeah. So like I'm appearing second, which is very good. So I wanted to show you how this works. So if I click on this article, you'll see that it points to my website. And actually, for a little while, I actually had this as a snippet on Google, but it's not appearing right now. But for a little while, this was a snippet that was appearing on Google. So first step that I usually do is I go to Keyword Tool. Now, Keyword Tool is a tool which is very good, which allows you to show Google autocomplete suggestions. So you can actually see what people are actually typing in on Google, and you can see like some keyword suggestions based on Google's autocomplete. And it's a really effective way to look at keywords. So if I just restrict this to Canada, okay, and then I look at Webflow, something like that I may start as a project, I may look at Webflow. And I'm just using the free version of this tool, Figma to Webflow. So that's probably going to be fairly competitive, but I could just click on this to see the search volume of some of these keywords: made in Webflow, Framer versus Webflow, Webflow templates, Webflow careers, Webflow University. So Webflow portfolio templates, Webflow versus WordPress. That's going to be very popular. I know Rand Segal had a video on that, and he even had an article on that. And like, there's a lot of people talking about that. Webflow alternatives, that's going to be popular. Webflow animations, now with the Green Sock animation platform, that's going to be very big. Because Webflow basically partnered, or I'm not sure they partnered or if they basically bought out Green Sock, but in any case, they're integrated now. But Green Sock is still allowing the animators to use the original library, so Webflow is just kind of adding on to that. Webflow apps, sure, why not? Webflow analytics, Webflow agency, accordion Webflow, alternatives to Webflow, sure, why not? Maybe that could be an interesting article. Animation Webflow, that's going to be big. I should write an article talking about the animation and the Green Sock animation platform in Webflow. So I'm going to look up animation Webflow. That could be interesting. Agency Webflow template, analytics Webflow, sure. Webflow blog, Webflow booking system, not sure about that. Webflow basics, best Webflow websites. Okay, I could look at that. Okay, so these are a lot of suggestions. CMS Webflow, that could be interesting. So Webflow developer, sure. Webflow designer. Okay, so I think that's good. Does Webflow host websites? Maybe that could be an interesting question. Okay, so Webflow e-commerce, design Webflow. We'll just check a few more here. Okay, that's good. Let's just go with that. And we're going to say copy. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up, I'm going to open up KeySearch. Now, KeySearch is a really, really good tool for keyword research. They're very affordable. They actually claim that the most affordable SEO toolkit for fast-growing websites. They offer a lot of tools, which is really good. They're fairly accurate as well. And they only charge $24 a month. And now if you're paying a monthly fee, but if you're paying annually, you save 17%. So you pay $240 per year if you pay annually. I'm going to log into this. And I'm just going to... show my... Hold on a sec. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go to keyword research. I'm going to go to keyword research. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to import keyword list. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste all the keywords. Now notice that they came very nicely where they're separated by so each line has a keyword, which is really nice. So I could import this. And I could just check out the search volume for each keyword, which is really nice. So I can check this out. And if I just bulk check all of these, and I could just go bulk check, it's going to check everything for me very efficiently. We can modify this based on the score. So we're going to go from lowest to highest. So, okay, so some of these have low keyword difficulty. So the green, what's in green basically has the lowest keyword difficulty. We'll just do it again. What's in red has the highest keyword difficulty. So what's red is harder to rank for. What's green is easier to rank for. Yellow is somewhere in between. So you want to look at like what's easier to rank for. So does Webflow host websites? That has a search volume of 10, but it has an easy keyword difficulty. So that could be an article or something. Webflow agency, that has a keyword difficulty of 31, but it has search volume of 90. So that's very good. So that's like, there's a lot of people looking for that, but it's actually not that difficult to rank for. So that's quite good. Agency Webflow template. So like if you're a Webflow agency, like you could probably market a little bit for SEO there. Webflow alternatives. Okay, so that's good. Now, despite all this, I was doing some keyword research with Webflow, and I could look at like what's the search volume for these terms, alternatives to Webflow, that has a volume of 90 people searching for it per month. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see. This is so small on my screen. That's probably a bit better. So you have like 90 people searching for this per month. And then the score is 37. But let me, despite all this, I'm just going to type in something that I wanted to write an article about because I felt that I had knowledge about it. And that was expanding Webflow with Craft CMS. So like, let me just look up Webflow and look at the search volume of Webflow by itself. So it has 18,000 people looking up Webflow, like just by itself, which is very high. Now, if we just add the word expanding, expand, just one word. It's just one word. It's not nothing crazy, but it's just expanding Webflow. It's just adding one word to this. So that has a keyword difficulty of 37. Now, I'm not sure about whether it really has a search volume of 0 because Webflow had such a high search volume and then we're just adding one word. And if people want to expand Webflow, maybe there are some people looking for this. But besides the point, I'm still writing an article about it. But let's say we want to type in Webflow and then Craft CMS. Let's see if there's any search volume for Webflow and Craft CMS. Okay, it has a keyword difficulty of 28, but it has no search volume. So these are one of these articles that basically, like, even though it's not showing any search volume, like, if there is the odd person that's going to look up Webflow and Craft CMS and like look at how to expand Webflow. Like keep in mind that Webflow by itself, like the actual search volume for Webflow is 18,100. So we're just adding these one word extra, to go with Webflow. So I know with such a high volume for Webflow, like maybe there will be some people looking for Webflow and Craft CMS or Webflow and expanding Webflow. Now, like if we just look up Craft CMS by itself, let's see how much search volume Craft CMS has by itself. So the Craft CMS has about 720 people searching for it worldwide every month, which doesn't seem to be that high, to be honest, considering that like I'm thinking that more websites are done with Craft and Webflow, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so that's the keyword research part. Okay, so basically what we would do then is I'm going to leave this tool right now. And I actually have an interesting tool that I use with a little bit of AI to help me write articles. Now, I wouldn't recommend... Oh, we have to go with bridges. Okay, so here's a bridge. I guess it's a... Can't really tell. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let me just go with the articles I already have written. I'm not going to show how this tool works completely from scratch because like I'm not a big fan of only relying on AI, but like this tool does help write articles. But I'm just going to look at an article that it helped me write with some AI assistance. So it was helping me write this article, extending Webflow with Craft CMS. And I have key takeaways and understanding Webflow and like, so it was helping me write an article, talking a little bit about Webflow and Craft CMS and like how some information that could help me add into this article. And there's a tool called SurgeGraph that's helping me write this, and it's using like some very intelligent AI to help basically add this information in here. So it's optimized like by 83%, which is fairly good. So basically we would take this, right? Now there's another tool I use called Dashword. I'm going to open this up. Now Dashword is a tool that helps you write keywords within your articles. Now it's going to help optimize the articles as much as possible with adding keywords in there. So I'm going to sign in. I'm already signed in. So basically what I did was I typed in this was the second article I was doing. I did a report for. So extending Webflow with Craft CMS. I clicked on here. And basically, like if you look at this report, like my feature, I have the featured snippet, which is nice. And I have extending Webflow with Craft CMS, Skylight Designs. So I'm number 1, which is nice. I don't actually have the featured snippet, but it's fine. If we look at articles, like this is what I really like about this tool, that it gives you a grade based on how well you're optimizing the article. So based on when you get the article, when you first write it yourself, or when you get some AI assistance, usually it'll be around a B+. And the way you optimize these articles, like I'll look here into extending Webflow with Craft CMS. The way you optimize these articles is if I click here, is basically you look at the keywords on the left here, and then you could see like, okay, these are the keywords I want to add into the article. And you could look at Craft CMS, Webflow, all these things, and then you have key takeaways, and basically you just look for opportunities to add a few more keywords, basically. So you're adding LSI keywords, which is latent semantic indexing. And you're adding relevant keywords into your articles based on all over the place, like in the headlines and the H2s, in the H3s, and even in the body copy and bullets and everything. So you're adding keywords everywhere, and you don't want to keyword stuff, but like I think it's a good tool, and it does help me rank more on Google and Bing and other search engines. And basically, it's a tool that allows me to add a lot of keywords, basically. So like it looks at a lot of relevant keywords and helps me add them. And then here, like we're talking about extending Webflow with Craft CMS. So like that's the article right here. So like the AI helped me write part of this article, and part of it that I was looking over, like making sure it was all correct, that there was no false information. And one thing I liked about this article was like when I first looked at it, it actually used this part right here. Actually, hold on. Was it yeah, so this part right here, this part of the bullet was actually used as a Google snippet, which was very impressive because, to be honest, like I even had the AI write this part from the AI, and it was used as a Google snippet, which was very impressive. What I did, basically what I did then is I took this article, like I just did Command A and copy, and then I went to my own website, Skylight Designs, right? And then I just went to the blog, Skylight, and then went to the blog, and then here I was writing extending Webflow with Craft CMS. So this is my blog with Craft CMS. This is the content management system I use, and then basically I'm just copying the I'm just taking the content and I'm copying it here into this section right here. We could add a video. We could break this up into different sections. You know, like if you want to add a large image, or like I'll show you, if you want to add a large image, you could add a large image and reorder it just by adding a large image, closing it. I'll usually do that a bit later, or we could add like 2 images or 3 images, or have a image side single. So like we could have an image and like position on the left or right, and like have an alt text and like image single description. This description actually yeah, so we have the alt field and then we have the description of the image. So those 2 separate things. It's kind of interesting that I had it that way. Anyway, so we have the article here, and what's really nice is like you can actually set the slug. So you have the blog preview image. I'm just going to discard the changes. We have the preview of the blog preview image. Now if I look at preview, this preview image is going to go on the top here as well. We have the blog article right here. We have this blog quote right here, which would be used as hopefully a snippet in Google. And then we have the article right here. And yeah, writing the article. So then we could share it on social media and so on. That's pretty much it. Let me just go to the website. So like this is how the article looks like. If I go here to the sections, extending Webflow with Craft CMS, and then this is how the article looks like. If you look at the search, if you look at, it's been up for a while. So if I look up like Webflow Craft CMS, something like that, the article will be here, even ranking above Honcho, which is nice because they have an article saying like Craft CMS versus Webflow, which is the best CMS for your website. But I'm actually surprised that like extending Webflow with Craft CMS is ranking above Honcho's article, even though, anyway. And yeah, so this article was mostly written with like a bit of my own input with keywords. I had a little bit of help with AI, and it's the first ranking article when I type in Webflow and Craft CMS. And like, just because you see low search volume, like for what you saw there, like in the keyword research tool, you saw that like apparently like Webflow and Craft CMS, like these type of articles will not get a lot of search volume. You'll notice that these companies are actually writing articles about that, like Webflow versus Craft, Webflow versus Craft, Webflow versus Craft. And then here, like there's actually an article saying Webflow plus Craft CMS, the perfect match for complex websites. And then here I'm writing extending Webflow with Craft CMS. Like, so even my article was ranking above this article, which is quite impressive, considering that, like, to be honest, yeah, I mean, like, I didn't write the majority of the article myself, so it's kind of quite impressive that AI can do that. Uh, anyway, yeah. So what I also do as well, besides the besides this process, is I also use a content to keyword map. Like, I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see. So if I make this a little bit bigger, this is a content to keyword map. So this is just for inspiration. I have topics, ideas, target audience, title of article, but this is really my content to keyword map, and this is taken from Rand Fishkin. I think his name is Fishkin, it's been a while since I looked up his content. Rand from Moz, it's Rand Fishkin, I think, from Moz. Hopefully that's his name. I don't remember quite. And it's a content to keyword map. So, like, I have the target audience, the seed keyword, the long tail keyword. Basically, I work from the seed keyword, which is like a shorter keyword phrase. Look up, then integrate that into a long tail keyword, which is more adding more words for more specific search results. Then I have a blog that I'm writing for that with a blog title that matches the long tail keyword. Then I have a URL on my website that basically matches the seed keyword and, like, tries to rank for the seed keyword that I'm trying to rank for. Then I give it a content grade, which is basically taken from Dashword. So if I look at here, if I sign in, I look at the articles, and, like, in this case, they're all A+. I wish I was this good in school. Anyway, so extending Webflow with Cross CMS, we could look at this. This is the article. So the content grade is A+, and the word count is 2,410. So if we go here, I just add the word count just to give me a sense of how long the article is. The search volume, I write how much search traffic it's getting. Even though it said 0, I'm going to at least assume that maybe part of that could be around 10 people a month worldwide looking for it. So I'm going to give it a little bit of search volume instead of just giving it a flat 0. I'm going to cheat a little bit. And, like, search difficulty could be around 28, which was the case. External links, I don't have any external links pointing to it, but it is a good column to have just to look at your external links. And then looking at the Google ranking, or like the search engine ranking. But in this case, I'm looking mostly at Google, which is number 1. Because if you look at the seed keyword, which is basically extending Webflow Craft CMS, I can guarantee, like, that basically is the seed keyword. And in this context, that would, like, rank me number 1 without being signed in to Google, of course. So extending Webflow with Craft CMS, and that's basically it. And then, so we're ranked number 1. I give it a custom importance score basically on how important it is to optimize this. And then I kind of give it a final done column, which is like, if I'm done with this, I just move on to the next article and, like, keep writing more articles. So that's basically my process. It's not overly complex, and it's not overly simple either. What I do is from start to finish, I basically look up, some relevant keywords, which could give me inspiration as to what I should write about. Then I research them with the KeySearch tool, which is an excellent keyword research tool. Also, what I do with this tool, if I look at Rank Tracker, this could actually help me keep track of my rankings. So if I look up search volume, hold on a sec. Yeah, so, like, if I look up my my rankings, I can keep track of all my rankings. Like WordPress website developer Ottawa, ranked number 1, has search volume of 50. So these are more commercial keywords that I'm ranking for. I was focusing on that first. And these are other keywords I'm ranking for. And, like, what's great about this is I can keep track of all my keyword rankings using this tool. And it keeps track of everything for me. So, like, it monitors that over time. And I was mostly focusing on commercial keywords, but now I'm focusing on more on informational keywords than just writing articles. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and take care.